There is an epidemic spreading across America, infecting homes and families. Although there are plenty of programs and learning opportunities for adults and children alike, the epidemic still spreads. Maybe it's because of gaming, schooling, or the food available to eat. Whatever the reason, obesity is running wild throughout the United States. This group speech will aim to find ways at stopping obesity, specifically child obesity, and what implications being obese has on a child's life. According to the National Cancer Institute, the percentage of children and adolescents who are overweight or obese has increased. In 2011 to 2014, 9% of 2 to 5-year-olds, 17% of 6 to 11-year-olds, and 20% of 12 to 19-year-olds were overweight or obese. Now compare that to 1988 to 1994. Those same figures were only 7%, 11%, and 10%. Roughly, those figures show an average of 6% increase in overweight or obese children in a 20 to 23-year span, or one generation. If overweight to obese figures continue to jump an average of 6% each generation, then by 2034, potentially a quarter of all American children ages 6 to 19 will be considered overweight or obese. Do you see the problem yet? How do we get here? WebMD has a good variety of reasons why obesity is increasing in the United States. The most common causes of obesity are genetic factors, lack of physical activity, unhealthy eating, or any combination of these. It is often said that people can't help their weight because it runs in their family. Most of the time when a child's parents and siblings are overweight or obese, they will be at higher risk of being overweight. But that is most likely due to health behaviors, such as lack of physical exercise and eating unhealthy foods. According to WebMD, the average child spends 4 hours of the day watching television, even when a child's diet and activity level play an important role in determining their weight. That being said, the International Journal of Behavioral Nutrition and Physical Activity did a study on the importance of the physical activity for children and concluded that moderate to vigorous physical activity plays a role for children's health, and in particular for overweight or obese children who are at greatest risk of chronic diseases later in life. This is very important because when children are overweight, they are most likely going to be overweight adults, putting them at high risk for developing chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes, not to mention emotional diseases like stress, depression, and low self-esteem. A huge topic right now that is very closely related to obesity is cancer. Although researchers cannot say for certain that obesity causes cancer, the National Cancer Institute says that, quote, there is consistent evidence that higher amounts of body fat are associated with increased risk of numbers of cancers, including endometrial cancer, esophageal cancer, gastric cardiac cancer, liver cancer, kidney cancer, multiple myeloma, meninoma, pancreatic cancer, colorectal cancer, gallbladder cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and thyroid cancer. How do we go about slowing down obesity? It is very obvious that obesity is only growing, and as it grows, people in America seem to get sicker and sicker with diabetes, as well as cancer and heart disease. How do we stop the child obesity epidemic in America?